Hey guys, and welcome back to another video where today we are going to continue my 2020 to 2021 NFL season predictions, assuming that there is an NFL season this year. We did the AFC North last week, 2 weeks ago, and did the NFC North last week. So this week we will be doing the AFC South and the NFC South, as I'm switching to 2 uploads a week, one on Monday and one on Thursday. The AFC South is a team that I could definitely see a pretty good competition between the Colts and the Titans for who would win the division. And I also think that the Texans could try to squeeze themselves into the playoffs here, but I do not see the Jaguars doing much this year. Right now, with the games that they've played, while I predicted the other 2 divisions, the Colts are at 6-2, Titans are 5-3, Texans are 3-5, and the Jaguars have not won a single game at 0-8. So we're going to start today's predictions with the Colts. The Colts are a team that I think will do pretty well with Phillip Rivers as their quarterback, and in tune with that, they will start out week 1 with a win over the Jaguars, who took their defense completely torn apart. Their offense isn't that good. Already predicted weeks 2, 4, 5, 6. You can see all of them on the screen, of course, so I'm not going to list all of them. Week 3, they play the Jets on Sunday night at home. I think the Jets definitely have more potential than people give them credit for this season. I don't think they're going to be a big team, but I think they could maybe squeeze into that 7th seed. But they're still not going to get the win against the Colts here. I think the Colts would be able to handle the Jets pretty well. So now all the way down to week 10, the Colts take on the Titans on Thursday Night Football. At home, I think the Titans are going to do pretty well. They have a pretty good defense, as do the Colts. Both their defenses are not big-time defenses, but they're both pretty good. Colts-Titans, I think the Titans are going to take this one over the Colts. So now going on to week 12, the Titans take on the Colts once again in week 12. Only 2 weeks apart from the other one. Only a 1-week break where I have them losing to the Packers. And here in week 12, I think the Colts will once again lose to the Titans. I think the Titans will sweep the Colts. They'll both be pretty competitive in these games, but I think the Titans are going to come out on top in both of them. Week 13, Colts, Texans. The Texans, a team that I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with them in my rankings and exactly what games I want them to win and exactly how well I think they're going to do, because they're kind of a team that I have no idea what they're going to be like this year. So I have them winning the game at home against the Colts. Week 14, Colts-Raiders. Sunday Night Football would be a pretty interesting and fun game. The Raiders look okay. Their offense looks like it could be pretty good. Their defense looks like it isn't the absolute worst. This is going to be a very close game, and I think the Raiders will actually come out on top here, leaving them so far at 8-6. So week 15, Texans-Colts. The Texans won last time. 1-week break in between them. And here, I think it's going to be a pretty good game, but I think this time the Colts are going to come out on top at home. Finally, week 17 to decide whether they go 9-7 or if they go 10-6. Jaguars take on the Colts at home. So the Colts, I believe, are going to get it done here. So they end the year at 10-6, having them, as of right now, the 3rd best record in the AFC. As now I will move on to predicting the Titans. So the Titans are a team that I could see getting into the playoffs or even winning this division. I definitely think they'll probably make the playoffs, but I'm not 100% sure. They look like a pretty darn good team. They look like a great team that could do pretty well this year. But we'll have to see how that goes. Week 1, I know they're great and all, but I think the Broncos have some potential. And I think at home, especially in week 1, the Broncos are actually going to beat the Titans there. Week 2, Jaguars-Titans. Again, Jaguars not looking too great. Titans at home early on are going to take that win. Week 5, the Titans play the Bills, and this is a game that would be very interesting to watch. Both teams kind of offenses that are somewhat similar, in my opinion. Not too similar, but I think they're pretty close to each other. Both defenses are pretty good. The Bills' defense really good, and their run defense was a bit of a problem, but I think that'll be a little better this year than it was last year, and good enough for the Bills to beat the Titans here. Week 6, Texans take on the Titans. This game would also be a pretty good game, but I do have the Titans winning this at home as we now move from Week 6 all the way to Week 14. And the Titans will take on the Jaguars. The Jaguars at home sitting at 0-11 at this point in the year, and I think Week 14 against the Titans, the Jaguars might actually be able to put up a fight here. I don't think they're going to do too good early on. I think they might start to pick up a little bit near the end of the year, and I think that will show here in a win over the Titans. Now they got to see here. Will they go 10-6 and probably take over that number 1 spot in the division, or will they go 9-7 and sit in second place? Game against the Texans, going to be a good game, and I do have the Texans winning it. So the Titans will go 9-7, finishing second in the AFC South. Next is the Texans. Few games left to predict, only 4. So starting out, Texans-Chiefs Week 1, Thursday Night Football. Without DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think they're going to be able to put up a fight. They'll put up a fight, but it's not going to be as close as it would be with him. So I think the Chiefs will win in Week 1. Move down to Week 5, Texans-Jaguars. This is another winnable game, I think, for the Jaguars. It'll definitely be a pretty interesting game, but I think the Texans will come out on top in this, as well as the next game against the Jaguars, coming off of a bye week. Following 2 losses, I think they're all ready to finally come back and get another win and come back into the year. Week 11, Patriots-Texans. Final game I have to predict, deciding whether they go 7-9 or 8-8. And I will have them going 7-9. Patriots, even before they got Cam Newton signed to the team, I still had them beating the Texans. I think their defense could probably handle that Texans offense, and I think their offense would generate enough points to be able to win the game. It'll probably be lower scoring, at least before the signing of Cam Newton. With the signing of Cam Newton, I think it'll be an even more interesting game. It'll definitely be fun to watch. Patriots come out on top, leaving the Texans third place at 7-9. So next will be the Jaguars. I have them at 1-13. Only 2 games for me to predict with them, which will be Week 3 and Week 8. Week 3, they play against the Dolphins, Thursday Night Football. Dolphins, I think, might not start out the year the best team. They're definitely not going to be amazing or anything this year, but I think they have a chance to have a more productive year than last year, where last year they suddenly picked up at the end of the year. I think they'll be more productive throughout the season this year, but Week 3, I still think the Jaguars will win it. And coming off the bye week against the Chargers, who look really good. They've got a very good defense, and they have a pretty good, I think it'll be a pretty good offense. Coming off the bye week, I think, even though I think the Chargers are a really good team, I feel like the Jaguars are going to get the upset here in Week 8, leaving them at 3-13, last in the AFC South. So that's what I have so far. We're nearly halfway through all of the teams. Ravens on top of the AFC North, Colts on top of the AFC South, and the Vikings on top of the NFC North. Come in on Thursday to watch my video predicting the NFC South's regular season, and we'll see how that goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Maybe subscribe if you want to, but that is all up to you. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.